Phoenix Audio presents.
The Account by Roderick Mann. From the Daily Mail. Society woman murdered. The body of Jane Summerwood, 27, of Connaught Square, London, was discovered by an early-morning jogger yesterday in a clump of bushes in Hyde Park. Police described the condition of the body as appalling. She had been brutally beaten, a spokesman said. It was the work of a maniac. Miss Summerwood, daughter of Colonel James Summerwood of East Grinstead, was well known in London social circles and was an accomplished horsewoman. She is known to have been in the company of American billionaire Robert Brand, and was a frequent guest on his yacht in Monte Carlo. Mr. Brand, now in America, could not be reached for comment yesterday, but his secretary described him as devastated. Police inquiries continue. It was raining hard. Driving along the Quai du Mont Blanc in his black Renault, Paul Eberhardt glanced idly towards Lake Geneva, sheathed now in a fine mist that rendered the mountains beyond barely visible. The man, sometimes called the most astute banker in Europe, was deeply depressed. Usually on Thursdays his spirits rose. This was the evening he set aside his worries and drove along the lakeside to spend an hour at the house of Madame Valdoni, relaxing, taking his pleasure, watching the film that now lay on the seat beside him. But events that afternoon had dampened his enthusiasm for the evening to come. First there was the memo from his partner, Georges DiMarco, demanding a meeting. Eberhardt knew what DiMarco wanted to talk about, what he had been threatening for weeks now. It could no longer be postponed. Then, to make matters worse, Robert Brand had arrived unexpectedly at the bank. Eberhardt's relationship with the American billionaire had always been polite. They were, after all, locked in a tight financial embrace that could not easily be broken. But the meeting that afternoon had been unpleasant. Brand, in a bad mood, had queried everything and had barely been civil. Eberhardt, who had always prided himself that he could handle the American, was now not so sure. Just past the town of Nyon, Eberhardt turned up a private road that wound its way to a mansion, a maison de plaisir, catering to an exclusive clientele of men from Geneva and Lausanne who were prepared to pay 500 Swiss francs for the services of any one of half a dozen spectacular-looking girls. "My dear Dr."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?